Who are you and what do you do?
I'm Alice Wood and I'm a lecturer in English literature here at De Montfort.
Can you please tell us about your current projects and research?
So my current projects, I'm working on a couple of projects. My research centres on 20th century literature, so I focus particularly on the early 20th century, on the period of modernist literature, so literature that's experimental and that's trying to do new things and explore new ideas. And I work particularly on the writer Virginia Woolf from the early 20th century, and another project I'm working on is with early 20th century women's magazines. So I'm looking at magazines like Vogue, Good Housekeeping, Modern Home, Harper's Bazaar, and I'm interested in the way in which those magazines represent modernism, represent modernist literature, also modernist writers contributing to those magazines, stories, fiction, poetry, articles, and I'm interested in the interactions between some content we might call kind of lowbrow or popular there, and also highbrow or literary content there, the way in which they interact in those magazine spaces.
Okay, it's apparent that you have great enthusiasm for your research. What drew you to your research?
I don't know. I was interested as an undergraduate very much by early 20th century literature. I found that a very interesting period because of the shifts that were taking place in literary forms at that time. I was very interested by the work of Virginia Woolf, partly because Woolf is a writer who's so well read herself. She was a reviewer throughout her lifetime. There is that domestic content in early 20th century Good Housekeeping, of course. There's the recipes, the knitting patterns, the articles on how to clean your carpet, but there's also a whole range of content which engages with social issues, with political issues, that questions how women are going to vote in the next election, that thinks about whether women should be able to keep working after they've married. And I find that range of content really intriguing, and it makes me think about women's magazines today and whether or not they present such an array of content. And I'm not sure if they do. I don't know whether we might like them to be more politically and socially engaged. So I think that studying this earlier period in a way can also help us think about the way in which we construct femininity today.